Hello Pokemon lovers and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating All Pokemon, where I, Hilda, rate a new bunch of Pokemon each week. A whole bunch of Pokemon. Gen 4 is a special gen because in this gen, a lot of Pokemon appeared that were evolutions of already existing, like Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon, and it was kind of a weird time, for me at least. What is that on my head? It's gone now. I thought it was weird and never really came through to me for some weird reason, and then later I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why is that a thing? Today and the next 2 weeks are gonna be just evolutions of Pokemon that already existed. Yeah, I don't know if you're excited about that. I'm not. It's a bit shit. We're just gonna do it anyway. There's a whole bunch. There's so many. There's too many. There's too many. The first one out of all of these weird evolutions of already existing Pokemon is number 461, Weavile. Now, Weavile is the evolution of Sneasel. Sneasel evolves into a Weavile when it's leveled up at night during holding a Razor Claw. And yeah, that's when it evolves into this angry weasel thing. I've been doing research, obviously, on Weavile, and Weavile's not a great guy. I think he's kind of awful. It's a vicious and ferocious Pokemon. It lives in icy areas, and only recently it was discovered that in the Alola region, Weavile likes to devour Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Sandshrew. Now, I am not okay with that, because those are my favorite boys. I think they are the cutest, and I don't want them to be hurt by anything. So, excuse me? Very bad. Bad boy. So Weavile usually lives in groups of 5. My glasses are so dirty. Weavile usually live in like small groups of 4 and 5 members, and together they hunt down their prey to eat them. Now, Weavile is probably based on the Kamaitachi. I've talked about that before because Weasel was also based on that. It's like a yokai that looks like a weasel with big claws, and it's very evil, and I think it's shitty. I think it's shitty. Now, its appearance may also be based on Egyptian old school fashion because it's wearing this big headdress. It has like eyeliner kind of, and yeah, it looks kind of Egyptian. I give it a 4 out of 5, but only because it is like pretty badass when it doesn't kill the cute boys of Alola. So, our next dude of today is Magnezone. Now, Magnezone evolves from Magneton when Magneton is leveled in a high energy area. A special magnetic field is what I mean, which is certain areas in Pokemon regions that are like especially very electric magnetic. In Sinnoh, that's Mount Coronet, and it will evolve Magnezone. It will evolve Magneton and Nosepass into Probopass, but we'll get to that guy later. Just forget that I said that. Now, Magnezone is a mechanical creature. It has no gender. It looks like a spaceship, and it very often gets confused for a spaceship when people just see it floating through the sky using its magnetic powers to float. People are like, what is that? Is that a spaceship? And then people who are smart are like, nah man, it's Magnezone. Just chilling. Now, Magnezone is made out of 3 parts. It's the big boy in the middle, which is the big Magnemite that evolved into something huge, and the tiny little Magnemite on the side. It also has a tail made out of magnets. Pokemon Moon says, as it zooms through the sky, this Pokemon seems to be receiving signals of unknown origin while transmitting signals of unknown purpose. Now, kind of weird. It might actually be in contact with aliens, but it's not a UFO. Now, even though Magnezone can levitate or fly, it does not have the ability levitate ever. So it can be hit by ground attacks. And that is kind of strange, but there's a way around that by using the move Magnet Rise, which will give it the levitate ability for 5 turns. So that's kind of cool. It's not an actual levitate Pokemon, but it can still do it. I just want to throw a quick shout out to the Mandarin and Cantonese names for Magnezone because they both mean literally self-detonating magnetic monster of death and destruction. Not the last part, but still a pretty badass name. I rate Magnezone a 4 out of 5. Next up is a very scary and weird guy. It's number 463, Lickilicky. Lickilicky. Why though? Why? Now, Lickilicky evolves from Lickitung when it's leveled up knowing the move Rollout, the worst move in the Pokemon game. Fucking Goldenrod Gym. Now, Lickilicky looks like a fat baby. I think it's pretty dumb. It's a dumb Pokemon. I don't know why it exists. Why did Lickitung need an evolution? I don't know. Did it need one? Probably not, but it has one, and we're gonna have to deal with it. It looks like a big baby. It has a bib. It can either be like a big baby or a very fat, fancy human who wears a bib while eating. Either one of those, it doesn't matter to me. I think it's gross and dumb. Lickilicky eats a lot. It produces saliva that can decompose literally everything, and that is also not great. Pokemon Platinum says, the long tongue is always soggy with slobber. The saliva contains a solvent that causes numbness. Why though? I don't understand why it exists. So. Lickilicky is based on like some type of lizard or iguana with a long tongue, just like Lickitung, and I honestly do not see the point or purpose of this Pokemon even existing, so I'm gonna do something very, very special today and give this Pokemon a 2 out of 5. Yeah, I went there. The next Pokemon of today is Rhyperior. Now, Rhyperior is the evolution of Rhydon. It evolves from Rhydon when it's traded using or holding a protector, and again, why? Why though? It looks weird, it looks clumpy, it looks like it's supposed to look like a miner because it has this belt and like a vest or something. It looks more like those like swimming pads you wear around you when you can't swim but you have to learn to swim. That's what it looks like. It just looks horrible. Now, Rhyperior is a pretty angry boy. It can launch rocks and shit and boulders through its arms or something. And sometimes, on accident, it will fire a Geodude into the abyss, just like a Lowland Golem does. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this abomination of a Pokemon that is Rhyperior. Now, Rhyperior, like I said before, is based on a miner type human. It's obviously based on a rhinoceros and, I don't know, dinosaurs or something. I don't know what to say. I can tell you another interesting thing about the Mandarin name. Or is it? It is the Mandarin name. It literally means Super Iron Tyrannosaurus. And for that, I will give this guy a 2 out of 5. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The last Pokemon for today is Tangrowth. Now, Tangrowth evolves from Tangela when it's leveled up knowing the move Ancient Power. It goes from a small ball of vines to a large pile of vines with legs. Now, I have to admit, Tangrowth looks way better than Tangela did. I think Tangrowth is kind of cool looking. Maybe they should have just not made Tangela and made Tangrowth instead. It has arms. It has arms, and if one of these arms falls off, it can easily grow them back. That's all. That's all. So shitty. What? Why, Gen 4? Why? I don't understand. I don't. Just don't. Pokemon Heart Gold says, when it remains still, it appears to be a large shrub. Unsuspecting prey that wander near get ensnared by its vines. I don't know, I like that it's a jungle Pokemon. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's a bit derpy. It's just cool. I think it's cool, okay? It looks like a ghillie suit or something, and I like that about it. I think that's kind of a cool touch. Whatever, you know, again, it's not great, is it? Now, Tangrowth is based on a cluster of vines. Yep. And it looks kind of like a shaggy human with a big beard, so it could also be based on a simplistic version of a caveman, maybe. Maybe not. Or a green man, which is a motif that you see in areas sometimes that's like a green face, or like a face with plants surrounding it. I don't know where it's from. It's kind of a European thing, the green man. It's just like a guy. It's not even green. It's a stone color. It's just a green. No, it's not. It's just a man face with vines and leaves around it. Weird French fact. The French name for Tangrowth is boule de nœud, which means ball of knots. But the French name for Tangela is sac de nœud, which is a bag of knots. And if I'm honest, that should be switched. But then again, how could France know that there was gonna be an evolution of Tangrowth 3 generations later? Probably didn't know that. But still, kind of weird. Tangrowth, only because I kind of like its appearance, and I know I'm gonna get, like, slapped for this by my viewers. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I accidentally moved my camera, but thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this complete mess of Pokemon. All of the Pokemon in this episode, I think, didn't need to exist, but they did. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. The next 3 or 4 episodes are gonna be Pokemon just like this. That's how many of these Pokemon were introduced in Gen 4. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Do you think this was their plan? Do you think this was their plan? They just wanted to, like, add them later? Or do you think they were like, oh, maybe people are like, why is this just like 2 or 1 Pokemon? Maybe it should be more. And they just created these abominations just to please the people? Like, what is that about? I don't understand. Anyway, out of these 5 horrible creatures, which one did you like best? Please let me know in the comments down below. And that rhymed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please throw a sub or something. Or not. Goodbye.